Are you ready? Are you ready for the thrill of victory? Are you ready to taste victory? Are you ready to take your sports betting to a whole new level? Sit up, put your feet on the floor, because we have work to do. Welcome to the grind. Welcome to Cappers Nation, your weekly all things sports betting show. Tune in live every Thursday at 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Let us make you a more successful sports bettor.
Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, everybody on the East Coast. Welcome to another Cap Nation Live. We are here today. Somehow we made it. Welcome, everybody. Thursday, the 13th of August. Another day, another dollar. Time to have another great day today. Congrats to everybody on premium plays yesterday. Nice, great day yesterday. Personal plays 2-1. Another nice day yesterday as well. Royals free play plus money winner. We did drop the dog and the Coyotes. The dog lost yesterday, unfortunately. Nonetheless, winning day all the way around. Fast Freddy in the house is thumbs up. Brother, bravo, Zulu. Thank you, Mr. Robert Allen. What is going on? Mr. O'Neill, good morning. Mr. Watson's is finally here on time. 2-0 premium yesterday. Blowouts. Absolutely. Yesterday was a great day for premium plays. Nice big day as we called. Twins blowing out the Brewers. Mariners, Texas Rangers over the total of 9. I think it ended up being 12. William tuning in via text. Thank you, sir. Tom, good afternoon from the East Coast. Lunch with Kyle. Great capping yesterday, brother. Thank you. You're very welcome. Thank you for being a part of it. Bo King in the house. Good afternoon. Chido, good morning. Tar Heel Tim, good morning. Robert Allen says system plays 97-5. No, system plays are, I think it's 103-7. 103-7. I'd have to go back and double check. But off the top of my head, I think it's either 103 or 104. I can't remember. Brennan Ball, good morning. Kyle B, what's going on? LT, good morning. Neverez, good morning. Welcome. Leon, good morning. Mr. Warden, good morning. It's always great to have a warden in the house to keep track of everybody. Jeff, good morning. Michael, good afternoon. Fast Freddy says he's from the far East Coast. No doubt about that one. Train wreck in the house. Nice little crowd brewing. So we did not put out a daily free play video yesterday. I have not put one out today. Probably just do it in this video. Rather than put out another video that will screw up the whole YouTube notification thing. But nonetheless, all the way around yesterday was a great day. Not only for myself and my wife and little one traveling up to the northern parts of the state. Looking at property, looking at all that fun stuff, looking at ranches. Ended up going to the lake, doing a little fishing. Did not catch shit yesterday, but we did not catch a cold. Did not catch a cold, so that's good. It was beautiful weather up there in the 80s, and did not have any complaints about that. Leon, no, we didn't fish for very long. We looked at a lot of property. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Give me 1 second, folks. I did a cash out on 5 dimes, and they're saying they can't get a hold of me by email, which won't allow me to get my cash out all of a sudden. So I have to call them, but we'll call them afterwards. I'll call them afterwards and get that taken care of. Did a 10K cash out yesterday. Give me 1 second. 427-4481. Alrighty. So yeah, did a cash out yesterday, and apparently my contact information, they can't email me. I don't know why, but nonetheless, either way, get that figured out. So, what do we got planned for today? Light board on the day. Major League Baseball, 6 games on the board, 1 starting here in just a couple of minutes. Jeff, why do you need to be notified by email? Because what they do is when you do a Bitcoin transaction, they email you. They email you just to make sure that your account wasn't hacked. And they make you give your account number, your PIN, not your password, your PIN, as well as you have to put in a copy of the Bitcoin address that you're withdrawing to a second time just to verify it, just to make sure your account wasn't hacked. It's actually for your protection. So I don't mind doing it. It's just an extra step verifying that nobody hacked into my account. I mean, I've got 20-something K in there. I'd hate for it to be hacked. Fast Freddy, does 5 dimes collect a 3% charge when you cash out? No, I don't pay any fee when I cash out because I'm a Bitcoin exclusive customer. If I ever deposit, it's by Bitcoin. If I cash out, it's by Bitcoin. So we're going to roll over stuff real quick. As far as NBA goes, I'm basically all but waiting until their little in-bubble series starts and then the actual playoffs start. I'm basically waiting until that, at least for my personal plays. There are a couple games that do have interest, obviously, for teams as well as for myself. Betting purposes, obviously, there's value on every game. However, Lakers, they got nothing to do. The Pelicans, they ain't in. Other teams are locking up spots. The Clippers locking up the 2 seed. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, all the way around. San Antonio Spurs, Utah Jazz game. That one definitely has my eye. The Trailblazers and the Nets has my eye. The Mavericks and the Suns need to win. And they also need a loss, I believe, by Memphis or the Portland along the way, or a loss by both of them and a win, and they are all but in. However, the Suns laying 9 against the Mavericks, which they've already played, and they needed that miraculous comeback to beat them by 2 more towards the beginning of the bubble. That one I'm staying off of. I think the total is juiced. The total sitting at 236. Does it go over? Probably. Does it go over? Probably. However, I think that total's juiced. I think it's 4 or 5 points too high in my opinion. If that total was hovering around the 231 mark, I'd probably swing for the over. However, I think the bookmakers have it juiced because they know most of these games have been hitting around the 235, 238 mark. So for that part, I'm going to lay off the total here. Although if you put a bullet to my head and you made me choose, I would take the over. However, I think it's juiced by 5 or 6 points too high. And I think, you lose all value. And when, I've got the game at anywhere from 234 to 237, a 3-point variation. And with it being 236.5, there's really nothing to our advantage. It's basically a coin flip. In my opinion, on either direction, could stay under, could stay over. Maybe I miss it by a country mile. So for that much, I'm going to stay off of it. I think it's a tad bit too high. I think there's much better value out there on other plays. As far as the Suns laying 9, it's a must-win for the Phoenix, man. Devin Booker, they've got to win. They have to win if they want to have a chance today. And do they win? I think they're going to have a tough game. However, they're definitely going to give it their all. They probably end up winning. However, laying 9, I don't know. Laying 9, so again, that one, one of the 3 games that, do stand out to me. I'm a pass on every which way direction, every sideways. Even taking a look at the team totals, the Suns over 122.5. Dallas over 114. It was 117, 115 in their last meeting. So they're practically putting a little extra added value, or not value, but added juice to the Suns team total here. I don't see them laying 9. If I did anything on the side, I'd probably take Dallas plus the 9. But again, that one I'm completely off of every which direction. Yeah, Nationals, runners on second and third, no outs, putting the Mets in a jam to start the game. Peterson in a jam right off the bat, and I'm sure the Nats will probably make them pay for it somewhere along the way in the first inning. One of the other two games that does have my interest, just because they have my interest doesn't necessarily mean I'm actually putting any money on them or betting them or any of that nature. Spurs and the Jazz a little bit later today, 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern time. 5 Dimes has the line on this one. Spurs laying 8, Utah plus 8 with a total over 232 as of right now. That total has already gone up, and I expect it to get on the level of that Suns and Dallas game, that 235, 236, 236 and a half, before tip-off in a little over 5 hours, 5 hours and 15 minutes from now. That game will be tipping off, and I expect that total to keep going. So if you're an over better, you'd probably want to bet it now. If you're an under better, you'd probably want to wait. Because that line should definitely increase. Why is the line on the Memphis and the Bucks game so low? Well, Giannis is out with a headbutt suspension, or a head bump as they want to call it. So he's out. I'm sure Milwaukee will more than likely be sitting a big bulk of their players on that game. So Memphis laying 3, Bucks plus 3. Bucks should contend with them, even with their big boys out. Even with the superstars out. But again, back to the Spurs and the Jazz game. San Antonio, they got to win again, guys. They got to pick up a big win against the Jazz. They're laying 8 in a must-win situation. Do they get the job done? I think it's going to be a tough game for them. They played back on the 7th a week ago. San Antonio won 119-111. I think they'll have a tough outing today. Do they win? I think they do. I think 8's a few too many to be laying. I think they're basing that number based off of where the game was in their last meeting. But again, for myself, I think that number is a little high. I think the numbers are high on a lot of these games that will probably be closer. And again, as far as the total goes, the total's going to move. They've got the Spurs team total at 120, and the Utah Jazz at 112. Robert Allen says the Bucks game total is low because they want us to take the over. It'll probably go under, though. Very good. Total on that one, 231, with the Bucks laying team total at 114, as well as 117 for the Grizzlies. So even if you add up that's still putting you at the 231 mark. So again, I don't have a dollar in that fight. I could care less about that one. Whatever side you guys bet on, I will root for you guys on that one. But again, no dollars on that one. We do have a play on the San Antonio and Utah Jazz game. It is a premium play if you want to get on it. Feel free to jump on board our premium plays. Nice big 2-0 blowout yesterday, and they're going to have another monster winning day today. They'll have another big winning day today. The big premium play restart package. Hell of a deal. All of our premium plays in the NBA and Major League Baseball, including Saturday's guaranteed Saturday play for $349. So you get almost 2.5 months worth of premium plays for one smoking deal. Now, the last game that does have interest is the Trailblazers and the Nets. All right, Trailblazers again. Lillard needs another win. Playoffs on the line for them, and going up against Brooklyn. Now, he is coming off a monster game. Brooklyn did beat him 119-115 on November 8th. The last time they played, a long time ago it seems, right? Before the bubble. As far as this one goes, both of these teams coming off their most recent wins. Brooklyn winning 3 straight. Portland winning 2 straight. Five Dimes has a line. Trailblazers laying 9.5. Nets catching 9.5. Over and under 236.5 on this one. As far as this one goes, must-win situation for Portland. However, the Nets have been spoilers. The Nets have been, anytime they've been a big dog recently, they've been making bettors pay that have been betting against them. As far as this one goes, I do lean towards the Nets plus the 9.5. Trailblazers, in my opinion, they get the job done. They win. I just don't know if they're going to cover the 9.5 today. So for this one, I do lean towards the Brooklyn Nets plus the 9.5. It's just a lean. As far as the total goes on this one, no opinion on the total, 236.5. Personally, I think could be a tad bit on the high side. However, as we saw in the Trailblazers and Dallas Mavericks game, where they had 265 points, anything is possible there in Orlando in these bubble games as far as shooting goes. We can have a game where they just absolutely shoot horrible and they miss the total by 30, or they're going over by 100 points. So Alex says, good morning, Kyle. I'm on the Nets plus 10. Nice. I do lean towards the Nets. I think that there's definitely value, especially when they're a double-digit dog in the bubble. But as far as the NBA, those are the only 3 games that had any interest to me. We do have a play on one of them, a premium play on one. I do have a lean on the Nets on the other. As far as that, there's value in finding a line or finding the right avenue and maybe one of the totals. But to put any money on the Lakers, yeah, they're laying 3.5 against Sacramento. But if you really think LeBron James, before all the big stuff happens, is going to go out there and put it all on the line today, you're wrong. It's just not going to happen. All right, it's just not going to happen. Wizards up by 5 at the half, 56-51 against the Celtics. Nationals up 1-0 going into the bottom of the first. They ended up having bases loaded, ended up with 1 run there. As far as Major League Baseball goes, we're going to roll over this pretty quickly. There's only 5 games left on the board. The next one is at 1:05 Pacific, 4:05 Eastern Time. Baltimore, Philadelphia. Philadelphia, they were minus $1.85. That number has since jumped. It's rising. You've got Tampa Bay and Boston going to face each other at 4:30 Eastern Time. Glasnow and the Rays, the favorite over Hart and the Red Sox. A minus 148 favorite for Tampa Bay, who's won 5 straight. They just beat up the Red Sox 9-5 the other day, guys. Boston has lost 3 straight. They've won 3 out of their last 10 games. Definitely favor Tampa Bay on this one, guys. And I am going to be betting this one. Tampa Bay did not make my personal play card. It did not make a premium play. However, I am going to be firing on this one. I'd be betting it accordingly to a premium play or one of my personal plays. I think they get the job done today. I think they get their 6th win in a row. I think Glasnow comes on the mound. Yeah, I know he's not off to a hot start this year. I'm sure he'll give up a couple runs. But when it's all said and done, the Rays are a much better program, a much better team this year than the Red Sox are starting off. So as far as this one goes, I do like the Rays. I am going to take them. They're minus 148 right now, so we'll make that a free official play for this morning. Fix this up here, move this down there for you guys, and we'll put up Tampa 3A Rays. I'll have to fix that one here. Damn board. So I will be betting that one myself personally. So there's a free play for you guys to get you guys all on the board this morning, active and betting. There will be a nice winner for you guys right there. It's more of a light day today, but hey, if you're going to go 2-0 premium plays, 2-0 on my 2-0 on personal plays, you end up 4-0 because they don't overlap. That's a hell of a day. That's a hell of a day. Sometimes less is more, and I'll take a nice big monster 2-0 today. That's for sure. As far as going down the rest, you've got the Pirates and the Reds. Reds laying $1.70. I expect that line will go up once the public starts betting on them. No doubt about it. Just to appease my greed, how do you feel about Tampa run line? How is that going to appease your greed? Are you going to make more by betting them, or are you just going to lay less juice? Because more than likely, you're going to bet to win 100, or you're going to bet to win 1,000, or bet to win 50, or bet to win 25, or bet to win 2,500. So, as far as your greed, all you're doing is lowering your risk amount, and more than likely, unless you're going all in and you're putting your entire bankroll on the risk side, your greed is probably going to net you the same thing, whichever one you take. Remember, juice only matters if you lose. As far as the Pirates and the Reds go, we do have a premium play on this game. You've got the Reds laying $1.70. I expect that line to go up. Pirates catching 160. Total over and under 9 is minus 105. You can get over 8.5 minus $1.30. Or if you're taking the under, you can get under 9 at minus $1.15. You start losing value if you were to bump it up to under 9.5, as it would be minus $1.40. Individual team totals do not add up on this one, guys. There's a whole point difference here, run difference, excuse me. You've got the Pirates team total over 3.5 and the Reds team total over 4.5. Yeah, I don't know what public school you went to, but they still don't equal 9 any which way, you try and add them up. Even if you flip-flop them, you still get 8. 3.5 plus 4.5, it's still 8, even in California public schools, all right? So it doesn't really matter which way. So there's something that's off with the total. Are the bookmakers begging you to take the over 9? Or are they begging you to take the under here? That's what you got to figure out if you're looking for a total. We do have a play on this game, so I'm not going to just dive right into that one. Brewers and the Cubs. Starting off a new little series here. Anderson against Darvish today. Is Darvish going to pitch like a vintage Darvish, or is he going to absolutely just implode against the Brewers and their big boys swinging the bats? Cubs laying now that number's rising a little bit. They were minus 160 earlier. They're 165 now. Again, this is another one I expect not only sharps, but, the public to jump on it. But if they're sharps, they've already missed the boat and they ain't that sharp. So they should have bet it when the line first came out. But as far as the total goes on this one, again, total over and under 8.5. It's minus 105. You can get 8 minus 125 if you're looking for the over, or you can get the under 8.5 at minus $1.15. Any opinions on the Lakers game? Yeah, bet their games when they actually matter to them. That game doesn't matter to the Lakers. Individual team totals. Brewers over and under 3.5 plus 105. That is attractive if Darvish implodes and becomes you garbage, as Sly's pointing out. If we get a vintage Darvish on the mound, he'll go 6-7 innings and pitch a gem. I don't think it'll hit. However, if he gets beat up in the third or the second or held right away, over 3.5 can be an easy money game for the Brewers. Cubs individual team total over and under 4.5 on this one. Heck, you look at the first 5, guys. The first 5 on this one with Anderson on the mound as well as Darvish. The first 5 team totals are 1.5 for the Brewers, 2.5 for the Cubs. All right. As far as this one goes, I think we're going to see some runs here. It's just a matter of when. Are we going to see over the total of 8 or 8.5? That I don't know. No opinion on that one. I think it can go either direction. We may see a lot of runs put up on that board today, or it may be a low-scoring game. But one thing that I do like, I think both teams score some runs in the first 5. You can get over 4 minus $1.30 at 5 dimes. However, I do kind of like that. I do lean towards the over 4 in the first 5, and I also like both teams' individual team totals over in the first 5 as well. Brewers over 1.5, Cubs over 2.5 as well. I'm going to lean towards those. I'm going to dive a little more in depth into them myself personally before I decide to bet them or not bet them. I've got plenty of time. It's only 10:30 here on the West Coast. That's a 4:15 West Coast game, 7:15 on the East Coast. So you've got plenty of time to take a look into that one. But again, I do lean towards the Brewers and the Cubs. First 5 over 4 minus $1.30, and then the Brewers team total in the first 5 over 1.5, and then the Cubs team total in the first 5 over 2.5. Remember, those are just leans, guys. The juice on them is attractive as well. Minus $1.10 on the team total over for the Brewers and minus 105 for the Cubbies. So again, those are just leans. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to be betting them. I'm going to put a little more research into them before I just start firing on them. But again, I definitely lean towards them, that's for sure. And they definitely look attractive. But attractive doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a winner, and doesn't necessarily mean you want to bet on them. As far as the Champions League game today, I looked at it, wasn't a huge fan of it. Wasn't an entirely huge fan of that game today. As far as a lean on it, possibly the over 2. Drew to the crew, what's going on? Long time no see. Thanks for joining us. As far as this one, maybe the over 2. They've got it juiced at minus $1.40. I mean, you take a look, Atletico Madrid, their team total over is over 1.5, plus 142. Leipzig is over 1 at plus 123. It's a tough one on that one. It's a tough one on that one, but as far as that one goes, I'm not a major fan of it today. I'm sure it'll be a great match, but as far as that game and betting-wise, I'm not entirely sold on them. So if you want to know about the Red Sox on the money line, you might want to rewind or take a look at the screen. Although I know we did just drop one of the cameras. I don't know why that one always shuts off as soon as I decide to use it. As soon as we get high tech. But anyways, yeah, feel free, Drew to the crew, to hit the rewind button. But as far as the Champions League game, no real opinion on that one. Maybe the over 2. Maybe the over 2 has value. But again, should be probably a low scoring game, in my opinion. But other than that, on the side of it, no opinion. No opinion. Wasn't fond of it. Wasn't fond of it. Alrighty, so the last game we haven't talked about, Padres Dodgers. I do have a personal play on this game. So as far as a side, I won't be giving my opinion on that one unless you want it. Feel free to jump on board my personal plays. Buy 3 days, get the 4th day free. Padres Dodgers, you got Paddock on the mound, 2-1 with his 3.18 ERA against good old Julio. Julio on the mound, guys. This kid has been rock solid so far. He's 1-0, 2.4 ERA. Both of these pitchers have been rock solid. Dodgers laying $1.35. It went up to $1.40. Somewhere in between. I've seen $1.37. I've seen as high as $1.50. I'm sure when the Dodger backers wake up, it's early on the West Coast, and they start pounding the Dodgers just like everybody does every single game, that number will probably shift. We talked about this the other day. The Dodgers and their inconsistencies. Before yesterday, I think they lost 3 out of the last 4 games. And, if they want to have any chance this year, they need to get their problems straightened out. Padres have been a rock-solid program so far. They've been a rock-solid team. They're 11-8, and they've been putting some wins and some money in a lot of people's pockets. Total on this one. Taking a look at the total on this one. Let me pop back because I moved to soccer real quick. taking a look at the total on this one, it's over and under 8.5 is minus 105. You can get over and under 8 at minus 125. I think it's a little juiced is there. As far as the total goes, I can see it going either direction depending on how these starting pitchers do and how far they go. So as far as the total on this one, I'm completely off. Not going to touch it either direction. Although I will tell you, individual team totals are definitely attractive. Padres team total for the full game is 3.5, 4.5 for the Dodgers. Neverett says the NL West looking tough, absolutely, except just take the Diamondbacks out of that equation. But no doubt about it. So as far as that, guys, it's going to be a light day, and it's a light day all the way around. Premium plays, my personal plays. There's not a full giant slate of games for us, but I'll be happy going 2-0 on my personal plays or 2-0 on premium plays and knocking the socks off the book that way. I love perfect days. Premium plays went 2-0 yesterday, and we're going to do it again today. Personal plays went 2-1 yesterday. Premium plays went 2-0 yesterday. And we're going to have another great day today. We'll hopefully be sweeping the board and breaking out brooms for both sides, premium and my personal. NHL, we've got 2 NHL plays today, full slate of games there as well. But as far as free play on the board, Tampa Bay Rays minus $1.48. There will be no free play video out for today. We'll just make it this live show. However, there will be a daily free play video out for tomorrow. I'll probably have that one out here later on this afternoon as well. Drew to the Crew says, how about the Suns minus 9? I'm going to give you the best piece of advice. We've only been live streaming for 34 minutes. Hit the rewind button. Watch the show. We broke down many NBA games, gave my opinion on it, leans on it, as well as we actually put our fingerprints on every single of the remaining 5 Major League Baseball games. But I'm not just going to run back down over everything. We just did that. So. But again, guys, enjoy that one. It should be a winner. I absolutely love it, and it'll be a nice day today again. So good luck to everybody. I am going to get off live. We will be live tomorrow. We'll be back to the early time slot. We'll be live tomorrow, 9 a.m. on the East Coast, 6 on the West Coast, and we're going to have some fun. No more looking at property for the rest of the work week, but again, I work every single day, so more than likely I'll be looking at more properties on Saturday, but that'll be after the live show. We'll make that 4.5, 5-hour drive after the live show on Saturday. So again, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter. You never know, there might be an additional free play that I put out on my Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter at CapNationKyle is where you can find me over there. I will post a link to my Twitter account right here, just in case you don't follow me over there. If I have an additional free play, I will put it out on Twitter for everybody. I almost put out a Nicaraguan soccer. We love Nicaraguan soccer, but yesterday I just wanted to observe it, first time back, and I'm glad I did. I'm 100% glad glad I did. We've got Mexican soccer later on tonight. Toluca and Atlas, Santos Laguna, America de Mexico facing off in the second later game. So I may have a play on one of those matches, or maybe I've got an extra Major League Baseball play for you guys. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, and we will see you guys all live tomorrow. Remember, you want all the big plays, you want all our premium plays and my personal plays, just go to the website, cappersdirect.com, get on board, and we'll start making everybody some money. All right, guys, enjoy your Thursday. Bet responsibly, be safe, and we're going to have a bet responsibly subject coming up because I know a couple people have been talking to me about it, so we'll have a whole barbershop talk segment on that here in the very near future. Everybody tuning in, if you're new to the channel, take 1 second out of your day, hit that subscribe button right down below. We put out content 7 days a week, free play 7 days a week, so let's get on it, guys. Let's make a boatload of money today. We'll see you